What's up, guys? So finally I feel prepared for Void Region, and I basically had a ton of Spirit Stones, mainly from buying level 4 packs from Kaizer Revenge, as well as buying some of those Agility Stones by pretty much accident. Should have gotten more level 4 Jade packs, or I should have just gotten anything else, maybe even Hit Stones. But basically I was just pretty much going to send all the stones, upgrade everybody as best as I can. Kind of decided to work my main a little bit just because if I ever do plan on getting a PvE formation, I need everybody to actually do something, no matter how small it can be. But honestly, my Void Region progress is improved tremendously after all these changes. So just going through stones, upgrading them, whatever I saw, basically making my battle power higher. And the whole goal was basically to raise my hit rate to around 300%. You really need around 300% hit rate. You can have even capped break defense, and it's still really not going to matter because you're still going to get blocked and killed. So break defense is really not important at all for Void Region. And it's just pretty much hit rate. As long as you can hit everybody, and to pretty much guarantee a hit on everybody, you need 300%, I would say. Maybe you can get away with it at around like 280%, somewhere around there, but definitely go for 300% if you can. The goal really is though to get everybody over 250% and then start stacking more hit. Try to get everybody as close to 300. Eventually you want everybody to have over 300% hit rate, everybody to have turn 1. Crit rate doesn't matter, so you can pretty much ditch crit rate as well as break defense when it comes to Void Region. Those two things are useless. It is all about doing as much damage as you can in one hit. That's why you need to get full fury on everybody. Or if you can actually use a fury gen. If you can actually reach your Kisuke. I was actually thinking of ditching Ichibe for a Kisuke, but then I realized the whole thing is that I use Kisuke for inherit modifies. I don't really want to keep him at 5th mod all the time and use him for Void Region. Plus I wouldn't have to even ditch the speed because I have T1 on Namaya as well as Hikifune. But it'd be a huge problem. I'll have to get another couple of Fury Stones. I don't know how many he needs. But I need to get a couple of more Fury Stones, and then he would basically T1 the Assaulters. So it wouldn't be a bad idea, and actually give Berserk Renji on my main the chance to skill. But going through all that trouble and losing out on those Universal Fragments, it kind of just made me not really want it. So I gave up that plan. I still don't know what to do with Ichibe. He really is useless right now. Even his 6th mod doesn't work properly. At first, his 6th mod, when it would go off, it would buff your entire team, but it wasn't 100% extra attack. It was like maybe like 1% extra attack or even less. So it just was not working properly. And then now recently they try to fix it, and instead of buffing your team when he dies, he buffs the enemy team when he dies. So pretty much makes Ichibe so useless. And I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to fix that, make it so it finally works on your team. But getting Ichibe to die first to give my entire team 100% attack buff is just not going to work out. And then as well as it's not going to stack with Hikifune's attack buff, so I'd have to pretty much replace Hikifune with another strong support. Maybe somebody that raises damage rate to the whole team, which I don't really think there is anybody that raises damage rate to everybody. Only like target supports, but I'm pretty sure most of them target assaulters. As well as there's always getting a Tensa Zangetsu for Void Region, but you know I'm not going to top up and spend like 20 whatever it is, like 28k gold for a Tensa Zangetsu. Pretty much became a really useless Zanpakuto ever since Ryujin came out. Of course there's a huge price difference, but in a couple of months you're going to be able to get a Ryujin for 40k gold. And Tensa's going to probably drop to like 20k, so it is twice the price. But honestly, I mean, Tensa gives damage rate to the whole team. Ryujin just gives it to Assaulters, but honestly I would just still get Ryujin over Tensa any day. The whole idea of Tensa is to gives you speed and damage rate for the whole team for 3 rounds. Now, even though that is good, honestly, since it's either pretty much all about the first round now, Cotton users will still pretty much smoke you as long as they go first. So your speed skill afterwards isn't going to be effective. And Ryujin teams are going to be faster than Tensas anyway because they're faster than Cottons. Plus, if they can skill first, they'll just out-tank you anyway. So yeah, Tensa users are kind of screwed now. But Tensa is the way to go in Void Region unless you have a Ryujin. And then here was basically the other pain in the ass of the video. So first it was battling through the stones. It took me all about like I think 20-30 minutes just to do the stones. And then took me I think like an hour and a half just to do all the refines. Maybe even more, maybe like closer to 2 hours. is just frustrating. You're basically looking for refines, and for my Ichibe, I was going for strength, wisdom, stamina. It was pretty much like a PvP refine. I wasn't going for anything because his hit rate is nowhere near what he needs for Void Region. Plus, he doesn't even skill, so it was really a waste. Then Berserk Renji, I wanted to get him to have strength, agility, and hit rate. And both of my supports were supposed to get agility, wisdom, hit rate. So it's pretty much a very good way to raise your hit rate without getting all those extra stones. So there were huge improvements to my formation just because of all the refines. Now the main was the only character I didn't touch with refines. Reason being, I just ran out of time. It was pretty much right before Void Region, and I realized, oh, I forgot to refine the main. So that's one thing I couldn't do. But Ichibe's refines were the way I wanted it. Hikifune, basically, if you have 6 pieces of equipment and you can at least get blue or purple agility or hit rate refines, you can manage to find yourself another 18 to 24% hit rate, which is a huge amount considering you just have to refine. So definitely go for refines if you need the hit rate. I mean, Hikifune is at 250% now, Namai is at 302%, and then Berserk Renji jumped up to 273%. So before the refines, Berserk Renji was 250%, Namai was 280%, and Hikifune was like 230%. So refines make a big difference. I was kind of disappointed because I was getting reincarnation stones, and honestly they're just useless for me now. I just stack them up, and I haven't had any partners that can give me an attack buff in probably like a month of doing Void. I remember the first day of Void, that was probably the last time I got an attack buff because I actually had an Ichibe in the formation that was giving me the attack buff. But you know, testing out the damage, so doing 3.2 million in the first hit was already something I just did not expect. I mean, 3.2 million damage, I'm used to doing 1.2 million damage. And the thing is that there wasn't even 3 supports. I can do over 3 million damage when there's 2 or 3 supports because of Renji's death mod. But the fact that I'm hitting 3.2 million damage on a 1-3-1 formation without a Berserk Renji death mod hitting more than one person, that was actually incredible. So I can already see the fact when it comes to formations that have 3 supports, then I can pretty much be doing around 6 million damage. So my damage almost tripled, I would like to say. I would like to say my damage almost tripled, at least doubled for sure, and it's just all because of having another T1 character, as well as having the hit rate for everybody. Now, if only Mutilate worked in Void Region, that would be some serious damage. And the Void Region is, in all honesty, a really good thing. As long as you can do 1 million damage every time you fight, you'll keep getting 1 million silver for every fight, so it's always worth spending coupons just to revive. There's really nothing wrong with spending coupons. I mean, plus if you're trying to go for like exclusive fragments, I say when you go for exclusive fragments, you coupon a lot, or at least try to get to a rank that you know you can achieve. Don't go for rank 1 if you're like 100 million damage behind. Don't do that. But if you can go for like rank 2 or 3, then I highly recommend you to do it. And Void Region, doing it here is pretty much the same thing as doing it in Brazil, even though here we probably have like at least like 30 people doing it, and over there we had like 7 for the majority of it, then like 10 towards the end. But I just checked my battle report again because I did slightly more damage, so I assume someone had a 300% effect. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I mean, it's honestly paid off to work on my formation. So my Void Region damage is obviously not amazing. I mean, there's a lot of the top players are doing way more damage than me. But for what I actually have, and for the amount of effort I put into the formation, I'd say I'm doing a good job now. It's a huge improvement to what I was doing. So that's all that really matters, is that I'm going forward, I'm not going backwards. Next step is just going to be to find a replacement for Ichibe. Now, even if I were to put in another character, my one problem is the fact that I don't have T1 for them, as well as the hit rate. So there's always multiple possibilities. I can always get a 5th modded Byakuya and just basically have him suicide. But then there's another problem of him not having the hit rate to basically get blocked and then get killed, so his death mod goes off. That would probably be like one of the only damages I can see, is if I could get somebody with a good death mod that attacks everybody or something that buffs everybody. It's actually a good idea now for me to get the 6th mod on Hikifune, because as long as she skills first, she will die after a block, and she gives everybody 100 fury. So I'm possibly thinking of getting that mod now. I really am. It's gonna take a while to get 6 mods. I am doing 5 characters or 6 characters for resets too. So maybe when they're all ready at the same time, I could probably get the 6th mod. But yeah, I mean, getting the 6th mod is definitely something I would like to do. But it would only work out if I don't plan on replacing Hikifune. If I don't plan on replacing her, it would be a good idea. If I do plan on replacing her though, which I want to get a faster supporter for PvP, because I'm still honestly stuck in the speed war. I can't really get out of it. I don't really have any means of making my partners any tankier or anything like that. I don't even have a Zanpakuto that would do it. But I have quite a bit of plans that could actually be useful. Honestly, the Hikifune plan is probably the best one, because her dying just gives Berserk Renji a chance to skill. And even though he can't crit, his growth rate is massive, so I can assume he's going to do good damage. Plus, then I can finally ditch a Ichibei, and then I can possibly run a 3rd Assaulter or a 3rd Support. And a 3rd Support would be really good. Maybe could actually bring out the Korinji then, just because of his Ignite. But like I said, with a 6th mod Hikifune, I still lack the hit stones for that character. So I would have to stack the hit stones. Pretty much that would be the choice to do. Overall, I have some decent plans of what I can do, but it's just going to only matter with time. I have really high hopes for Stern Raiders. I think they're going to be Void Region focused, because a lot of these new partners are coming out for region, like defensive wise. So we're switching from the very fast to offensive meta to basically like the tank war now. It's like whoever is the last one standing wins. And it's a lot better than seeing Cottons just one bang each other for sure. But hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. I will do a daily routine as well after this, because I have something I have to announce. And it's something good for the Bleach community completely. So it's something really good for the Bleach community. It's definitely going to help, hopefully help the game. As long as it's actually taken a look at and something is done with. But I'm going to talk more about that in the daily routine video. For now, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you later.